Okay, in this video you're going to be learning about blocking in objects or blocking in images. This is essentially just a video that discusses overlaying different pictures with shapes. So you're going to deconstruct an image down to basic shapes so that you can later, what you won't do in this video or in your worksheet, but so later you can reconstruct it on your own paper. So let's start with this one. We're going to do some easy ones first. Here's a penguin. And we're going to start with the largest area that there is first. And we're going to use, oh, I don't want to use that color. We're going to use yellow. It's just a simple paint program here, and I'm drawing with my finger. So y'all bear with me. So we're going to draw the circle for his body. Now you can draw a semicircle for his head, but if you did that, you would miss out on the fact that you're going to extend the circle into the body. So that allows you to gauge this space and this space, which is more helpful than just putting them up here. Then you can do the arms, which we can do simple triangles, or you can go ahead and have one side curved. That's fine too. And we'll have little bitty rectangles for his ankles down here, very small. Then we can have his feet sticking out with some triangles. Now, this is pretty much all there is to doing this very simple image. That's all the positive space. Now, we're also going to look at the negative space. So we'll come out here, and I'm just going to come out and go straight up here. So I have a shape over here, and I'll do the same thing over here. We'll come straight down best as I can. All right, so we have that side. Then we're going to do right here between his feet. And then we have this space up here, and I'll just cut it in half right here on the top of his head. It's okay if you divide these. It's no big deal. We can see that this space and this space should be pretty much equal. This one and this one are also equal. And this one's just a very simple shape down here as well. And we can also gauge the space in between here for his legs and everything. So you can use your positive and negative space together to figure out exactly, make sure your spacing is correct. So let's go to the next one. This one's a little bit harder. Okay, we got an elephant here. So we'll start with the yellow, and we're going to do the main body shape first. Now we could do a rectangle here, and we could do his body like this, okay, which would be fine. But then you have all of this space here to worry about, and you have that little bit of space to worry about. So you could, instead of doing that, let me go back. You could come in through here and do a circular shape back here. And then we can take this and do a rectangular shape here. That's not good. There we go. That's better. Have a rectangular shape here. See if I can get rid of this part. There we go. Okay. Go back to my yellow. And then we have another, let's do a circle or an oval. Right here we'll do like a sideways oval, like an egg. Okay. And then right here we have a little triangle shaped area right there. Then we can put on some rectangular shapes and then a small one here. Have another one all the way down to his ankle. Then we have a smaller one here. There's another one. Well, actually, we could probably, since we have the shape here, we can do a large oval. And then we can do our rectangular shape. And then, boop, little bitty foot. There's another rectangular shape. And then another foot. Okay? So, oh yeah, his trunk. I can't leave his trunk out. It's kind of like a very long rectangle there. So what we have, oh, little circle down there at the bottom. So what we have here is our elephant that's all blocked out. And oh, we didn't do the triangle for his ear. There we go. Now we have a lot of overlapping areas right here. And so that makes these little shapes like this, like a triangle here and a triangle here. And we can use that. We can use all of these shapes that it made. So when we make ours, we can see, do we have the same portions of empty space all through here? And we can compare them. So let's go ahead and do our negative space now. So I'm just going to cut this off about right here. And we'll come through here. And I'll cut it off. So we have this kind of a shape on this side. We have a little triangle shape here. And look, we have another little triangle shape on that side. And they're about the same height. This one just, the one on the right's a tiny bit bigger. We can come in here. There we go. We have a shape there. So we can see that this side is much lower, this side is much higher. So that will help us out. And then we can come up through here. We can include the tusk there if we want to. Okay, I'll make that flat on the bottom. Okay, so we have another shape here. I notice that this line and this line are almost parallel lines, but not quite. So see, you can kind of see other things like that. This line and this line are parallel, and this line, this line, this line. They're all of those lines are parallel. So you can check that out as you do your drawing. So let's go ahead to the other side. We'll bring this up. I'll go ahead and do the tusk right there. We'll come up here, block that out, come down. So I'm just creating a barrier right here so I can kind of see. I did it kind of the end of their tusk right there. Not the straightest line, but that's okay. And then of course we have this one for the ears in the back right there. So having all of these spaces, you can see that this space and this space is generally the same. You have a large one here and a larger one here. I think you have these two small ones. So using that and using all of the positive space you have, you can easily recreate this and gauge distances. You can look at distances like from here to here, okay? From those two, you can look at the shapes that are in here that you've just made. See all these shapes here? And this one. Okay, so you can look at all that and see about, you know, distance and how big one is and how small one is. So if this shape ends up to where it's smaller than one of these, you know you got a problem. Or even this one, if this one is smaller than one of these two up here, you know you have something out of balance. And all that's helpful. And you can see where this circle, we made this oval, you can look here and see how much of the oval is down on the bottom versus how much is on the top. And you can gauge that as well. So there's all kinds of helpful things. The height of the feet here. So we have very small and then a little bit bigger. Okay, so you can gauge the height of all of these as well. You can evaluate them and check yours. So drawing all these shapes is very helpful. It might seem a little tedious at first, but it is helpful. Okay, let's do one more. This one, he's so cute. Okay, this is the last one. Now this one, I picked this one because these shapes are overlaid. That means they're laying on top of each other and they're heading toward us. So we can start with his largest area, which would be back here. Okay, and you notice I drew over him because that's going to take up his back leg area. Now we have this front part, right? About right there. That includes his arm and stuff. And then we have, oh, whoa, that's a little off. Let me try that again. You have his cute little ovally face here, right? That still doesn't look good. Whoops, go back to that one again. Let's see. Trying to make a nice little oval. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then we have, of course, his little feet down here. So I'm going to put a little circle there, a little oval here. And notice how that oval passes through both of those circles and leaves a little bit of space here, a little space here, and a little space here. So that would be very important to note. I'm going to put a triangle right here. Okay, and then put a little oval area for his foot. Put an oval area for his ear here. and another one for his ear here. And that one covers, it goes through all of our circles right here. And then if I want to, I can even make a place for his eye. And I notice his eye is right here in the space that is created from this bottom circle and this next circle. So that's helpful for me as well. And of course, you know, you have his tail. So we can just put a big rectangle there for his tail. And that touches that part perfectly. We can gauge the distance here, okay, versus here, and it's about equal spacing. So that's how we can know how far out we need to go. Okay, let's look at the negative space now. So we have all these little, whoop. We have this one with how many? We have one. Let me see if it's going to make them more. Yeah. We have 1, 2, and 3 little indentions right there, little cloudy, you know, shapes. We have those. And let's look at our other one. So this one's going to come around, up, up. Okay. We can, let's go ahead and cut that off there so it touches. That makes it a little bit easier, right? We can cut that shape off. So we can look at this one, and we have this one as well up here. So we have a little hump, bigger hump. Ooh, there's his ear, and it comes down to a point pretty far. And we can also use distances with our negative shapes. So we can say, okay, this part comes down to there, and this part comes down to here. That's a big difference from here to here, right? So we can use that. And then we have this last part over here. Oop. I'll bring it down here and cut it off. There we go. Okay. So this is pretty much all you would have to do for this one. Might seem a little difficult, but it's really not once you start getting used to it. And you can use all the different distances that you have. A pencil's obviously going to be a lot clearer. So you'll be using a pencil on yours. So you're going to do, this is exactly what you're going to do on your pages that you're going to have for your homework that you're going to do on Friday. There should be a couple of images on those papers, and you're going to overlay them with shapes just like we did on the video. You need to do your positive spaces first with the positive shapes. Excuse me, that is the actual object, and you also need to block in the negative space around it somehow. And if it's just open space, just like we did here, you can decide where to block it off. And I did this one because it touched the object here, so it was easy to block that off. And I started level with the feet. That's always good to do when you start to make your negative space shapes. And that's all you have to do. I would advise you to maybe, if you can, pick a certain color for the positive shapes that you're going to make that do make up your object, and then pick another one for the negative space that's outside when you draw those. And that's all that you have to do. Practice this, look at the video a little more if you need to. If you want to go and do your worksheet tonight, you can, or you can go ahead and save that for Friday since you don't have an art A&E. Okay, well, that is it. Happy drawing. Bye.